Hi, hello, my name is Colleen, welcome to my channel. This is a video vlog, which is very exciting. Video vlog is redundant. Anyway, I am going to dog sit for a week. This has a purpose, this story. I'm going to dog sit for a week for a family friend in New Jersey. Big, beautiful house, 3 beautiful dogs, 2 beautiful kitty cats, a pool. And I am challenging myself to treat this as a retreat because I am being paid to be there. And I have very little else to do, right? Like my normal life, I still have some things to do, but like my normal life is a little bit fallen away and my job is to be in this house. And so I'm treating it like a retreat. And I am challenging myself to write 1,000 words a day of the book that I'm writing, which is a queer historical romantic fiction loosely based on Oscar Wilde. Second chance epistolary it's very sweet. So my usual writing goal is 500 words a day. My goal is going to be 1,000 words a day. I'm gonna see how I can do, challenge myself. I will video the process and then we'll be back and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for coming along. Hello, I'm off. It is, what time is it? It is 7:31 according to this car that I am borrowing from a friend. It looks like it's gonna take me 1 hour and 23 minutes to get there. I've already turned on Taylor Swift, so we're bopping to Back to December. I did not eat breakfast, but I brought a smoothie and here's all my stuff because I just have to bring pillows. And I'm ready to go. Let's see how this goes. She should keep in mind, she should keep in mind, there is nothing I do better than revenge. Okay, I just, I got here at around 9. And which was when I was trying to get here, and then I let the doggies out. They're perfect. And I fed them breakfast. Hi, kitty. And then I went to the grocery store and I talked to my mom on the phone in the grocery store, and that was very nice. And I bought a bunch of groceries. And so now I need to put the groceries away, and there's just a cat rubbing against my hand that is holding this phone. So I'm gonna put the groceries away, and then I'm gonna make myself some tea, and then I'm gonna sit down and do my first chunk of the day. I know that people call them writing sprints. It doesn't like psychologically work for me to say a sprint. I usually write in like 10 or 15, that's just a kitty. Hi, Jack. I usually write in like 15 plus or minus minute chunks. So 10, 15, 20, depending on how I'm feeling. And I just like can't bring myself to call that a writing sprint. So I'm gonna make myself I'm gonna put the dishes away. I'm gonna make myself some tea. I'm gonna let the doggies in, and then I'm gonna sit down and write, and we'll see how it goes today. Okay, so we're starting in on our first my first writing session of the day, of the whole retreat. Wow, this is filthy. Great, okay. And I am going to set a timer for 15 minutes and write and see how it goes. So I'm starting here at 2, look at that little note for me. This scene is from Henry's POV and then switches to Oliver's. I'm so helpful to myself. Okay, starting at 29,270. So I'm gonna pop over here. This is my extremely official, very professional writery way to do this. And I'm going to just make a note. This was my starting words yesterday. So I wrote about, I actually think the number was 666 words yesterday, but we're trying to do 1,000 today. So I'm gonna replace this with 29270, and then we'll check back in, and hopefully that'll be over 30,270 by the end of the night. It is currently, oh, that's a cat. Oh. It's currently 11:30 in the morning. I have a reminder to write, which is really very helpful. And I'm just gonna pop in. I will see you on the other side. Okay, well that wasn't great. A little less than 300 words, which I tend to write 250 words in 10 minutes. And so that's just less because I gave myself 15 minutes. But there was, in all fairness, I put the dogs out and then they got mad. And so halfway through I had to go get them. And then there was just a cat walking across my keyboard the whole time. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so this is what it is like to be sitting here working. It's just, I'm just, you are propped against my computer screen. Hi, Jack Jack. Hi, buddy. Do you want to be done? I just need to sit here and work. Okay. And now he's, of course, just on top of. Hi, are you done? Are we done with this? What a silly goose. I just finished my third and final writing session of the day. And we ended here at 30,300, which is 1,030 words. Woo! So I did 3 sessions of 15. Let's do a little Google math. So 1,030 divided by 3, right? That's just the way to do it. I wrote an average of 343 words per 15 minutes, which makes sense. Like I mentioned, the sort of thing that I know about myself is that you can usually do 250 in 10 minutes. And so it makes sense that it would be about another 100 for an additional 5 minutes. So that's very cool and exciting, a good thing to know about myself. We'll see how that keeps going. If 3 increments of 15 continues to be helpful, we will just have to see. But first day done, very exciting. Hi, it's 11 o'clock on Sunday, and I gotta be honest, I didn't sleep great. There were a lot of dogs. They're very cute and I love them so much, but I did not sleep very well. So I've had a lethargic morning, we could say. But I'm doing a thing I promised myself I would do, which is also one of the only things I'm required to do today. So I'm gonna sit down for 15 minutes and I'm gonna write, and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store because I forgot to buy yogurt yesterday. And I made my chili too spicy. So, I am starting at the place where I left us yesterday at 3,300, other known as 30,300. I'm gonna walk on over here, tree 0, tree 0, 0. I'm gonna set a timer for, oh, I think I was this way. I don't remember. I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes. And I'll see you on the other side. Hello, it's me. I'm back. I wrote 354 words. And I did have to Google 18th century, 19th century synonyms for gay men because I was using the word Molly too much. But I found a couple good ones, so that'll be fun. I have skipped over a chunk that I will need to go back to, but the next scene, the latter half of the scene's dialogue overwhelmed me, and so I had to write it all down. This is an exciting thing. This is a scene that's been in my head for a couple weeks, and so it's fun to write it down. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, and then I'll write more later. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Okay, so it is 8:29. I have ended the day at 31,318 words, which is 1,018 words of the day, which is net. There were some, I had outlined a little bit of the scene for myself, and so then I had to delete that and then was starting at a lower number of words. Whatever. So I like wrote more than that. The net is 1,018, which is great. It's part of the goal. I think it's going okay. I'm exhausted, but that's not warranted. Yeah, I hope this goes okay. I'm trying to figure out the scene that I ended up writing is a little bit different than the like scene that I had outlined for myself. Just in like slight motivation wise and slight responses, and I'm wondering if I'm missing anything, if my like first plan, if I'm missing anything by not going off of that. I mean, there's like a certain extent to which I trust my initial instinct, and trust my initial idea, and I think there's also a certain extent to which I privilege it, and believe that it is the more correct, holier version. So we'll just have to see if it stays the way it does. But I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, good morning. It is Monday, August 14th. I should put on some chapstick. It's 11:30. I had work this morning and I ate some food, and now I'm outside because it's not very hot outside, which is nice. And so I just wanted to see if like a change of pace would be nice, change of location. There is currently a dog sitting on top of my feet, and then there's one over there. Hi, buddy. As I'm speaking, it's starting to get a little hot, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm starting the day at 31,318 words. I'm gonna write for 15 and see how it goes. Okay, it is 9 o'clock on Monday. I have actually already written over 1,000 words in my first two 15-minute chunks, but you know, why the heck not? I'm just gonna see how it goes right now. Low pressure 15 minutes, and I've got Survivor China right there that I can go back to right after I'm done with this. I'll give myself a little treat and watch some Survivor. Okie dokie, let's see how it goes. Hello. Wow, these glasses and this lighting really do not make for excellent video. But I finished, and I have ended the day with 1,000, I'm doing this math in my brain, 1,316, I think, which is more than 500, and is certainly more than 1,000. And so that's nice. I like did hit a roadblock, but then I skipped over it, and that is always worrisome to me when I hit roadblocks and skip over them. Let's see, I have one, I highlight that like chunk in yellow. I think there are maybe only 3 at the moment that okay, well, now I can't even find them, but it's a concern, but it'll happen someday. I will write it. I just couldn't figure it out. I'm trying not to full-throatedly attack Christianity. All of my books deal with Christianity. I wonder what that's about. Is that a wound, perhaps? I want there to be nuance, but they are sleeping on the floor of a gay vicar's rectory. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But I feel really proud of the work I did today. Hello. Gunnar says hello. It is Tuesday morning, 11:20 a.m. I guess this is just like the time I write, which I didn't know about myself. Regardless of when I wake up, I am wearing a baseball cap because I haven't showered, which is gross, and I do need to shower. Okay. Hey guys, I need that to stop for a second, Gunny. Okay, well, that's just how it goes right now. I am starting at 32,634 words for the day. Let's see how it goes. This was not my best work. This was the most distracted I've been in any writing session so far. I wrote 314 words. I guess after yesterday, maybe I'm just churning a little bit more. We'll see what happens. I'm working on a scene where I have written all of the dialogue already, and so I'm going back in and putting in tags and description and emotions and stuff. And I don't usually write this way, but this is one of the, like, let me tell you something vulnerable about my backstory scenes. And I sort of had to write it to understand the backstory and understand where he was coming from, and then get us to the place where he was willing to share it. And so it's a long scene of dialogue, and dialogue is not my forte. The feelings part is, but it does just like take more time to be like reading and then putting in little words and putting in descriptions and stuff. So maybe that's part of it, but yeah, it's not bad. It's about a third of the day, and it's about a third of the day writing. So we'll just keep going and see how it goes. Thanks. Hi, it's me. It's 11:48 p.m. I mean, of course it's me. You're watching this video. On Tuesday, and I just finished my final writing session of the day, my 15 minutes. It was good. It felt good. I got through a big chunk, and I got to a scene that I'm excited about. And now I'm sort of like past the point where I have things written or things planned. And so we'll see how that goes in the near future. But I started the day with 32,634 words, and I ended the day with 33,910. So, what is that? It's 1,276 or something like that. I did the math at some point, but something like that. So that was good. We keep ticking above 1,000. I wonder how long that'll last. I did spend a little bit of time after my second writing session today. After the timer went off, I was sort of in it, and so I wrote for a little bit longer, and so it wasn't strictly 45 minutes, but yeah, that was my day. We'll see how it keeps going. Hello, it's Wednesday. I wanted to come sit out here and write, but I think that's dog hair in my mouth. I think it might be too bright to write. Like, I kind of can't see my computer screen. And it's maybe a little warm. This felt like a good idea, but I don't know that it was. Maybe I'll just go back inside. Yeah, okay, that was for sure a failed experiment. But we're here, we're back. And we're gonna get some writing done. It is now just slightly after 12:30 on Wednesday. I'm starting at 3,300, no, that's incorrect. Wow, freckles are popping. I'm starting at 33,919 words. And that is because I cheated and wrote, how many? 9 words earlier today, because I just had a sentence in my brain. So we're starting there, and we're gonna write for 15 minutes, see how it goes. Hello. Just checking in because I just wrote for 15 minutes. I did not write that many words, to be quite honest with you. What did I write? I wrote like 240 or something, which is like not bad. It's not great. But part of that, I know the reason, which I mean, there are two reasons. One of them is that I am at a point in the manuscript where I have not written anything before. That was just not clear. Because I've written half a book. What I mean is I have not written anything else after this. The way that I write is I will often, like, if there's a scene that is like really yelling at me or anything sort of like that, I will go and I'll outline it really quickly. Or if there's like dialogue that's really in my ear, I'll write it. And so there are a lot of times throughout the process where it's a blank sheet in front of me, and that just hasn't been true for this book in a bit, because the last scene that I just wrote, the last two scenes actually, had been pre-planned. And now I'm at a point where I know like vaguely where we're going, but it's not really planned. And so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's just not going to go as quickly. And the second thing is, I have chosen to write a main character who is a writer. And not only is he a writer, he is a successful writer. And not only is he a successful writer, he is like quite confident in his writing. It's like a core part of him. And I'm none of those things, except like arguably a writer. And so I have to write pieces of his writing to go in this book that are passably good. And that is just an impossible thing I've set up for myself. And he's a poet too, and I'm not a poet. And so like, good gracious. I've gotten away with it a little bit by just not having that much of his poetry in the book. But I am losing it for sure. So a good chunk of today was like trying to write a poem, which is hard to do. It was like a transcendentalist and also Wildean poem. I don't know what I'm doing with my whole life, but I have done a lot of funny Googling recently, and I thought I'd share it with you. The things that I have Googled in last night's writing session and today's writing session, because I think that they're very funny. Okay, starting off strong yesterday, sexy Bible passages. And then, does the Bible say it's good to have sex? Paul Corinthians gay. I'm trying extremely hard to, I Googled how to spell transcendental, and then I Googled whether transcendental was a word in Victorian times. Because the scene that I was writing, I know that there are Bible passages that are like, sex is good, body is good, and I couldn't like find them in my brain. And I didn't want to be talking about Song of Solomon, because that didn't feel like it would actually be a thing that someone would be talking about at Eton. So I was like trying to find those, and Google wasn't very helpful. And so then going down a Paul Corinthians, that also didn't work. But transcendentalism, I figured out how to spell it and decided that he wouldn't have like used that word, but he could use the word transcendent, which is using similar things. Okay, and then today's writing, Oscar Wilde poem about nature, kinds of birds in England, gay birds symbol, birds Oscar Wilde, Chorley to Lakes District, sea search history Google. Great. I'm thriving over here on my Google for sure. I'm just trying to write this poem, and I was trying to figure out what kind of bird he would be writing about. And if there was like a meaningful bird that I could have him write about in terms of like, it would a thing that would be alluding to like queer culture, queer history, or specifically Oscar Wilde, and I couldn't really find anything. But that's also probably part of why I didn't write as many words, because I was Googling gay birds and then trying to figure out how long it would take them to get from this little village that I have chosen them to be in to the Lakes District, a non-specific area. And I know that it'll take an hour and a half today by car, but how long is that going to take by carriage? Anyway, that is my writing today. And then I couldn't even figure out how to pull up my search history. I'll figure this out. It'll happen someday for sure. But it was not quite as fruitful of a writing venture as I would have hoped, but we'll be back later today to continue it. Hi, Connie. Hi, Gracie girl. Hello. An update from me on my reading journey today. Hey, gentle. The doggies are playing. I hit a wall. Today was not a good day, I will say. I had a couple of great days so far this week, and today was simply not one of them. To be fair to myself, I wrote 1,081 words, so that's meets the goal. It took me a long time. I did 3 15 minutes, as I usually do. And I struggled. I think the first 2 were each about like 225 words, which is just not good for me. Like I said before, I usually do 250 in 10 minutes, and I was doing 15 minutes, and it was not even that. And then I went for a swim, and I in the middle of my swim had a like, and I had to get out and furiously type on my phone. And so that was about 180 words, which was something. That was not terrible. And then I did my third writing session of the day. And I went back and tried to like fill in some of the holes I've talked about, because they were making me nervous. And I realized that one of the things I skipped over is just like I think it really impacts what I do next. And so, that where they're like emotionally in their arc. And so it felt like I kind of needed to go back. So I started working on that. And then even after I had done 3 15 minutes and 180 words, blinding light, spiritual awakening in the pool, I was still like a little over 100 short. And so then I just went outside and sat in the dusk, and typed until I had a little bit more. So it wasn't great for me. I like definitely feel like I've hit I know what needs to happen, at least for the next 20% or something. I'm not 100% sure how we get there and what the scenes are that need to happen in order for the like plot and emotional arc to happen. And so that's a process for me. And I'm hopeful that going back and plugging this hole is going to be helpful as I move forward. But poof, today was a toughie for sure. But I ended at 35,007 words. So I passed 35,000, which is very exciting. Hi, it's me. I don't know if you know this because you're watching this video. But I am starting the day. It's 11:15. This really is just the time I write. No matter when I have like work shifts and things throughout the day, my first writing this week is just like in the first quarter of the, or like the second quarter of the 11 o'clock hour. Anyway, I'm starting at 35,007 words, and let's see how this goes. I need to write. I'm gonna write. Jack. Please let me write. Hello. It is 8:18 and I have just finished what is ostensibly my third writing of the day, but I did write for like 10-15 minutes after it because I didn't finish. And also this has been my nightmare. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, buddy. Are you gonna turn around and do it again? Yes, you are. Absolutely. He's just back and forth. He's just back. It's killing me. It's killing me. Anyway, he's very cute though. But, okay, I have moved. It is a verified zoo. But I don't know. I've been having today, a lot of like, I will never write like, I will never write Red, White, and Royal Blue. I will never write Pfeffer and Her Friends. Like, I have been having a lot of like, I will never write The Anthropocene Reviewed. And it is both because I am not that good of a writer. I'm not like, both it is like an insecurity thing and and those things already exist and I didn't make them, which is an extremely conceited thing to think at the same time as thinking, and I'm not a good enough writer to write something also good. So it's a fun place in my brain right now. And there's a cat on my computer, so let's look. I don't know how many words I wrote today. Hello. So I started at 35,007 and I ended at 36,093. So what is that? 1,086, something like that. And I've got one more day. I'm impressed that I've been able to do it, to be honest. Some days better than others, but we keep moving. Hello. It is 10:15. It's 10:13, but I'm writing earlier today. That's because I leave tonight, and so my goal is going to be to have written 1,000 words by the time I get on the road. But if I don't do that, I can finish when I get home tonight, and that will still count. But it was just nice to like take it off my list. So I'm getting started early. The dog is outside and really wants to come in, so I'm gonna go let her in. But I'm starting at 36,093 words, and let's keep going. Hello. I just finished my last writing session of this retreat. It's it is 4:27, and I said I was gonna leave in 3 minutes, and I am not going to do that, but I'll be soon. I am at 37,110 words. I had my first 2 writing sessions today were bleak. I wrote less than 500 words total. But then I just wrote for 15 minutes and then wrote for maybe 4 or 5 minutes after that, because I was in a flow. And I got to about 1,017 maybe. Excuse the doggies, but I'm grateful to have this opportunity and feeling really sad that it's over. I'll see you in the wrap up. Hi, hello, I'm back. Today is Sunday, so I left on, video falling. This is what happens when you get a $10 tripod. Great, I think we're in the clear. I left my retreat on Friday evening. I drove back to the city, and yesterday I didn't write it all. And so now I am here to do a little mini debrief of the retreat and how it went. I wrote a lot of words. I guess I should maybe do the math. Let me do the math. Okay, I'm back. I did the math. So 7 days, I wrote 7,831 words, which is an average of 1,119-ish words a day, which is a lot for me. There have been times when I have written, the first book I ever wrote, I wrote 1,000 words a day for 2.5 months, and it ruined my brain. And so I have been like really struggling ever since. And so with this book, I really told myself, I'm going to do 500 words. And that's going to be great. That's going to be it. 500 words a day. And so this little challenge was really fun to see if I could do 1,000. And I think I got into a solid rhythm. I was feeling good. I am a little bit burnt out, which I was hoping to avoid, and I did not successfully avoid. I didn't write yesterday, and I'm like not feeling very inspired to write today. And I'm really like second guessing the project and, wondering where the worth is in it. I'm like deep in the middle. I'm like in the messy middle of the book, and I'm having a hard time. And so on the one hand, I wrote so many words and I like progressed a lot in the book. I mean, that's like 1/10 of the book. If I'm aiming for like a $75,000 draft, $1,000. Can you imagine? A 75,000 word draft. It's like that's like 10%, which is huge. But I also feel like I feel like maybe too inside of it right now, which is the opposite of the problem that I was imagining I would have. Like I feel too in the weeds with it, and like I'm losing faith in the project. I'm losing faith in myself, and that's not good. And I don't know what that's about. But I got so many words done, which is awesome, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself for meeting the goal every day. But I don't know. I wish I could end this video in a different way. I guess it's good that I like am not holding myself to 1,000 words a day anymore, because I think that's really hard for me. And we'll see how this goes. Hello, this is Colleen from editing. It is Tuesday, August 22nd. I got back on Friday, so it's been a couple days. And I'm just gonna call BS. It was such a pleasure and such a privilege to go on that retreat. And to write as many words as I was able to write and understand the story and really get in the messy middle with these boys. And I'm really grateful. And I think it makes a lot of sense that I was tired. Honestly, I don't want to say like burnt out. I think I was just tired, and I spent a lot of time inside of the book and nowhere else. And I was really sad to leave. I hit a hard spot in the book, and I'm like currently working through that hard spot in the book, but I'm really grateful for the opportunity and for the time and for the way it allowed me to get closer to the book, closer to the characters, allowed me to challenge myself, and allowed me really the freedom to dig in. And I think it's fair that I was tired, And also, I'm just gonna keep going. I didn't write on Saturday, and then I wrote 500 words Sunday and Monday, and I'm on track to write 500 a day. I don't think it completely changed my routine in any way, but I got a lot of words done, and I had a really good time. So overall, great to have a little bit of perspective. Turns out you need a couple days to sleep, a couple days to reacclimate to the real world, and reassess your expectations of yourself. And I'm just so grateful, and I am really proud of myself. Oh, like and subscribe.